So friends, let us talk about a very confusing or stress giving factor in homeopathy, that is the issue of miasm. What is miasm? So as far as our basic knowledge is concerned, we have been taught that miasm is something that is polluting factor, a thing which is polluting your healthy state, and you have been categorized with different miasms. So in total, the miasm thing is somehow confusing matter, or many times people don't want to consider miasm in a case. Or so you try to understand the thing, miasm, with a successful case. So there was a case of Lichen planus of a young fellow at the age of 24-25 years of age, and he was complaining of lichen planus, that is some kind of blackish ulceration inside the mouth, since 2 to 3 years, and he has been tested for cancer as well. The test has been done, performed, and it has been found negative. So he has got much more severe symptoms, severe complaints regarding the mouth and affecting whole of the general state of his health. So after taking the case, I found symptoms, peculiar symptoms, PQRS symptoms, which are repeating again and again in his narration and his dreams. So we find something common throughout the case. So what was common was his state of perception, his state of being now, right now. And that was as if there is something happening with him which is very dangerous suddenly, and it will end in death. So there was a continuous kind of fear in his mind or at his center level that something very dangerous will happen and he will die suddenly, either from cancer, either from cardiac attack, either from some different disease. But the things will happen very suddenly and there is no timeline. So whenever he used to feel this thing, he used to perspire, he used to palpitate, he used to suffocate. All those things used to happen with him. So I inquired. So it's our duty to find out since when it is happening. So when I inquired about the past history of this thing, he said one incident happened with him before 4 to 5 years before, and for the first time the incidents happened with him, some kind of fight or some kind of the situation he has to face, and during that situation he was feeling the same kind of attack, palpitation something is happening with him and suddenly he will die. So I asked him, what was the experience during that period? So he said, before that, I have not experienced the same thing. For the first time, I experienced it. And since that time, whenever I am in stress, remember, whenever I face a stressful situation, I experience the same thing. So what I am going to say is, in the first part of the video, we are going to understand his miasm. And what is miasm is polluting factor. Now what polluted his life is that situation. For the first time happened with him. Before that, he was living with complete healthy life. There was no any kind of complaint. There may be, but the states that has been presented in front of us right now with the lichen planus symptoms is since that time. And it is settled down with his deceased kind of force, or what we call deceased vital force, and it is expressing with symptoms from time to time. So what I mean to say is, he has been polluted with the situation which is very severe thirst and something will happen acutely, and it has been kept as impression with the vital force and it is expressing it again and again, and if not treated it will continue throughout his life. So with the basis of the symptom and with the basis of this our knowledge of the acute miasm, so we should understand what first acute miasm. So things were acute and expression were in different kind of symptoms. So I considered the thing as an acute miasm and I looked for the repertory of symptoms into the repertory. And I found with the characteristic symptoms a remedy called aconitum naphthalus. There were other remedies, but they were not matching with the pace of the patient, pace of the perception, that is acute perception. There were remedies like clonine, there were remedies like Lilium tigricum, likewise. But why I consider aconitum naphthalus? You cannot imagine lichen planus can be cured by aconitum naphthalus. But with 4 doses of 200 potency, you get very beautiful results. And his lichen planus vanished completely. His fear of cancer and fear of death and the thing that was happening with periodical repetition that something will happen with me and I will die suddenly, disappear permanently with 4 doses of aconitum naphthalus. So in total what we mean to say is, this is how we have to look for the miasm. What is miasm is its reaction. What is miasm is primarily it is first time pollution of the healthy state, and afterwards plus you are adding the symptom, the characteristic symptom presented by the patient. What is his complaint regarding the lichen planus is, oh, suddenly I will die with severe pain of cancer and I will be no more. This pace, lichen planus, can you imagine? In lichen planus, there are symptoms like burning, I cannot eat, difficulty in deglutition, difficulty in eating. These are common symptoms. What is the more important symptom over here is, oh, I will die suddenly with this lichen planus. And this single symptom individualizes the case. This symptom denotes the miasm. This symptom brings together the whole case. This is how you have to understand the case. This is how you have to go for the prescription. And if you base your prescription at this level, your surety of prescription increases 100%. So what is needed basically is your firm, perfect, basic knowledge. Thank you.